Welcome to 803 Garage. Hey guys, welcome to the messy garage. So many projects going on, no time to organize, and you gotta have time for yourself, so yeah. Anyways, we're gonna do another project in this bloody mess. So a friend of mine has some winter tires. They're not on their vehicle. And I somehow said I was gonna paint them. So we're gonna set out and paint them. We got the primer. They are primed already, but we're going to clean them, clean off the rust, and then we're going to again clean them with wire wheel with a grinder, and then we're going to clean it with brake clean just to get off the dirt and oils and stuff like that. Then the primer comes in, a nice little base coat of that. And then the color comes in. So I like to have a base coat that is gray for bright colors such as lime green or vert jungle luster. I can't speak French, but gloss jungle green. Yeah, cool. And then we'll just throw some clear coat on it. Basically, if you just give it a nice light coat a couple times, and give it a nice light coat a couple times, and a nice light coat a couple times, so every time it flashes, the next light coat is on it, and you got a nice decent wheel. So let's get the cleaning, and then get the cleaning, and then get the painting. Well, priming, and then get the painting, and then get the clearing. Yes. Time lapse. Having lots of tools is great, but having the space to work in is even greater, because you can always borrow tools. I unfortunately have a little bit of space because I have way too many tools. And now to clean and paint prep. Now that we've taken the large debris, mud, dirt, and namely the rust off the rims, it's time to rip little, like 4 to 6 inches of painter's tape. You could actually use cue cards or business cards, anything like that. And then I do it a nice little fine sand of 600 grit sandpaper just to kind of clean the rest of it up with using brake clean. So the tires have been cleaned twice, and then now we're going to get to spraying a little bit of lubricant on the outside of the tire, and then I'll clean the tires again on the rims, and then we're going to get to priming. Spraying the tires with lubricant like white silicone, which is what I'm using here, stops any atomized paint particles from going past the barrier of painter's tape and adhering to the tire. So guys, a while back, not this, but this, I did something kind of cool. So there you go. You're probably like, what the hell is this? What is this? Well, if I take your normal paint can and drop it into here, this is sizable to whatever you want. So see the paint cans in there? We're not going to fire it at anybody, but we're going to take this. There we go. Awesome. So now that that's in there like so, you got it like this, just fastened in there, and we just kind of and that's how I shake up my paint cans. My own homemade, kind of scary, kind of redneck paint can shaker. Brought to you by 803 Garage. Anyways, that's how we shake up our paint cans. So again, we have the priming that we're going to be doing. So shake it well, apply, wait 10 or 15 minutes between coats. And I chose the same type of paint for everything because that way you won't have any chemical reactions. Well, supposedly. We'll see what happens. This is the first time you guys are seeing my Lazy Susan invention for painting rims. It makes quick work, and the paint we're allowing to about 15 to 20 minutes for flash time before the recoat, which is coming up. And the beauty of this is you stay in one position and the rim gets spun around, and you just have to particularly angle it over, and it's like a record player. Within seconds, you've painted your rim, well, you've primed your rim, and you're on to the next. So that's 2 coats. So we're going to come back in about 15 minutes. She should be somewhat dry. So that'll be the first one. And we start with the first one every single time. Move our way through. So this was 2 coats of primer. So we're going to go with 3 coats of top. And I'll see you in about 15. Another thing I did was I turned on the fireplace for heat to come into here. And we have the fan, as you can also hear. This is a different kind of hear. Not gonna lie, guys, I cheated a little bit. Sprayed a little bit right there. Looks good. One key to painting, and painting anything in general, isn't to just dump a pile of paint. Anybody can do that. Nice light coats. Once the flash time hits, repeat it until you get your desired finish. Second coat. The first coat always takes a lot of time in comparison to the second and third coats. And that's simply because you're putting on the first base. You don't want to go too hog wild, but the second and third, nice and light. So this is the second coat. We'll turn the fan off. And she's good. A little bit, a few imperfections here or there. No, it's not that tacky. That's nice, wow. Like, obviously it's not perfection, but it's coming along. Coat number 3. Again, nice and light, even, and you just kind of go right through it. But I did notice, as I was noticing, I thought I would be able to like cover it up, but I'm having some paint rejection. And that's probably most likely to do with not cleaning the rims properly or leaving some sort of dirt or residue behind. So it is looking better. Lots of imperfections, but I don't typically do this. I'm still okay with it. If you're really curious, you can see the imperfections, and that's where the paint has rejected. What I've done is where there was an imperfection in the paint, I just hit them with the gray primer. So now the idea is to hit this looking pretty good. I'll be back later. It is what it is. So we're gonna let this all tack up, flash, and then we'll coat it again. And then whatever happens, happens. So 2 things. This should be tacked up, and I threw out a heater right here because this thing keeps popping the breaker. I'm not sure why. I guess that's why they're throwing it out. This looks like it's tacky. Yep, just a little bit, not bad. I'm too scared to actually touch it there at first. So we're gonna repaint all these. I just did like the first top coat there, and so yeah, 4th coat. So we tried to fix the imperfections. What I should have done was give them a nice light sand, also give them a bit of a prime, and then recoat over it. That way it'll be a nice little bite. I chose to just prime it, and there was a reaction from the primer to the top coat of paint. So that was a bit curious because I was hoping that they wouldn't have that effect. But I was able to overcome it, and I gave it a little bit better finish. 5th coat and final for the paint, and then we're going to do the clear, I think. We'll see how that goes. Very happy to be on to the last coat. I got a new camera stand, tripod, and I'm able to articulate it in all sorts of ways. I thought this would be a great view. It kind of makes you wonder what's going on. Should have just done it straight on with the wide angle lens. That being said, rims are almost done. Alright guys, we're going to be on to the Lustre Transparent. That's not right. Gloss Clear. I did put a little spray on this already, and it did not react, which is kind of nice. So that's very important. Now it's like almost 1 o'clock. Well, it's past 1 o'clock in the morning. And we're just gonna spray, and we'll get 2 coats of this on, 20 minutes in between, and then we're done. Testing your paints, even if they're the same brands, is very important because you don't want to have a reaction in the paint and have to fix or redo the entire job. You can have a spray can and then a paint can, both be the same paint, same brand, same everything, but they will react to each other. Last coat, guys. The last coat. So very exciting. And this is where we get to remove all the painter's tape and the painter's tape around the valves to get a really good look at the rims. The white silicone will be washed off as the tires get driven on, especially since now it's winter. And I can't wait to see these rims on the car. I might actually wait to post this, and then I'll get the shots, and then, yeah, that's what we're doing. And with that, guys, we're done. I think it was like 2 or 3 coats of primer, definitely 5 coats of color, and then 2 coats of clear, all Rattle can. And the white around the wheel is from the silicone spray that I use. I like to be able to see it, and that way when the paint happens to land upon it, it just can be easily wiped away, and the silicone won't do anything to affect the tires, nor will the paint be able to adhere to the tires and the fancy one. That being said, thanks for watching. If you made it this far, get a better video. There we go. We'll angle this way. That way you can see the tires and me at the same time. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, please leave it down below. I'll get to you guys as soon as I can. This process was just basically a Rattle can paint job, and the imperfections I did have were to do with not having a proper dirt and grease remover. So if I have a better dirt and grease remover, I will not have the reactions in the paint that I had. So we adapted and definitely overcame. These rims will look amazing on the car when I go to install them. So thanks for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one. Doing the question named after me. Peace.